Okay, so I'm going to give a quick overview of Doccano here. So this is running in a Docker container, and you can see it's running on the local host. So we're just accessing that locally. It would be the same process on a virtual machine. So they'd go to localhost 8000, and then we'll log on. So each user has their own individual login, and they can have varying permissions like admin permissions, permissions to label, etc. So to create a project, we just go to create there, and then we have these various options for what kind of project we want to make. So for what I'm doing, it's a sequence labeling. So we'll say sections. Will allow overlapping entities. This is something that Akash was interested in. And then, yeah, so you can enable relation labeling. We're not going to deal with that, but so you do have the ability to say, like this is a modifier of that token, etc. But let's see, description. So then here we are on our project homepage. So we start with no data set. It comes with all these videos for how to do everything, but I'll just give you the quick overview. So you import your data set as JSON. So it's a special kind of JSON where each, rather than having like a list, you just have a separate dictionary for each item. So let me upload one of those. So I've got, where is my JSON? Okay, so here's an example document. We've got just like, or 4 different documents on here. So we've got like, this is a document that has multiple sections, et cetera. So we can include metadata as well. So for example, a blob document ID. So we'll go ahead and upload that. And it's processing. Okay, then we import it. And we have our documents. So we've got the text of the documents, we've got the metadata included, and we can go in and actually first we will add our labels. So you can create labels individually, or you can actually upload them, which is what I'm going to do because I've got like 27 labels or something ridiculous. So here we go, that's the file here. And that uploaded all of those, and you can specify things like the color you want them to be, but you don't have to. All I had specified was just the name of the label. So we've got our documents, we've got our labels. Let's try annotation. So this is a document, and you can see it does preserve like new lines and such. So that makes it easy to read. And then we've got all of our labels here. So I can just click a label and then select a piece of text, and it will label it. So obviously I didn't get the whole string. And then Akash was wondering about, you could have that, and then you could also say it is an entailment. So you can have 2 different labels on one piece of text, but you also have the ability to disable that feature if that's not something you want. And then so I can do all these different labels. I didn't see a way. We had talked about doing document classification as well as section labeling. I didn't see a way to do that besides to do the sort of workaround that we mentioned where, you would label the title or something, or you can add a comment. So you could say, 23, and that can be a radiology document or something like that. And then let's see. So if we want to export our data, we just go in and we can export it. It'll come as a JSON. And we can save that to our machine. And we've got the original documents, and then we've got the labeling that each user did. So if we had multiple users labeling data, we would get a separate JSON for each of them, and it's going to show what I labeled. So it's going to give the label that I assigned as well as the tokens that I assigned it to, or the indices that I assigned it to, and we're going to get that metadata back out as well. So that's convenient. And then you can also do let's see, I'll go back to my projects here. So you can create like a text classification one if you just wanted to do section classification. So I can say description. I'm not sure what allow single label is. We'll have to look into that. But so yeah, we'll create, let's say radiology is a doc type, and then pulmonology is not a word. Let's see, pediatrics. And then we can upload a data set. And then we'll upload the same data set. Import. We have that. And if we want to annotate that, we can just go in here and it'll let us select very easily what our annotation is. And I didn't show this on the section labeling, but it's the same thing where you can basically just go through one document at a time. You don't have to like go back. It's going to show you each document on its own page. So it makes it very easy to read and label documents, very easy to export them as well. So hopefully that is a tool that you all will like. If you have any other thoughts about other tools that might be useful instead, just let me know.